In a quiet, middle-class neighborhood of Delhi, a young boy held his cricket bat closer than any of his toys. From the moment he could walk, he seemed to know that his life would not follow the normal path. Every morning, before the sun had risen, and while the rest of the world was still asleep, he would wake up and rush to the nearby cricket ground. With dust in the air and dew on the grass, he practiced every single day, whether it was cold, rainy, or burning hot. His father, a man of simple dreams and strong values, would silently support his son by waking up early, packing his bag, and dropping him off on his old scooter. Though their financial condition was not great, his father never let the boy feel small. Instead, he made sure his son always had a good bat and clean shoes. While other kids spent their afternoons playing video games or watching cartoons, he was busy perfecting his forward defense and straight drive. His friends used to laugh at how serious he was about cricket, but he didn't care because he wasn't playing for fun. He was chasing a vision. At school, his notebooks had more cricket drawings than class notes, and every empty margin had a scoreboard scribbled in it. His teachers often complained about his lack of attention, but one coach saw something in him, a fire that most kids didn't have. The coach began training him seriously, teaching him technique, discipline, and focus. Slowly, the boy started winning local matches, then school-level trophies, and then zonal championships. His batting style was aggressive yet elegant, and even the seniors found it hard to bowl to him. His reputation spread quickly, and soon selectors from junior teams started noticing his name. But just as things started looking bright, tragedy struck his home. His father, the pillar of his life, passed away unexpectedly one cold winter night. The loss broke him, and for the first time in his life, he wanted to quit everything and disappear. But deep inside, he remembered his father's words: "Never stop until your bat speaks for you." The next day, still crying on the inside, he went and played a crucial match, and he scored a century. That match wasn't for the team, or the trophy, or the applause. It was a tribute to his father. After that day, the boy was never the same again. He became a man with a mission. His game improved faster than anyone expected, and he got selected for the under-19 national team. Representing India at such a young age was a dream come true, but it also came with pressure. He had to prove himself on foreign soil against teams with more experience and stronger resources. He didn't speak much English at the time, and communication was a challenge, but his bat spoke a universal language. While others struggled to adjust to the climate and pitches, he adapted like a professional. He was not just playing for a win, but for recognition, for that call to the Indian national team. In the 2008 Under-19 World Cup, he led the team as captain and won hearts with his fearless batting. His leadership, aggression, and confidence caught everyone's attention. After the tournament, the Indian Premier League, IPL, gave him a new stage. Playing alongside international stars, he sharpened his skills, learned new strategies, and matured. Slowly, his name started trending among selectors, journalists, and fans. Finally, the call came. He was selected for the Indian national team. Wearing the blue jersey for the first time brought tears to his eyes as he remembered his father and the journey so far. The debut match didn't go as planned. He got out early and faced harsh criticism, but instead of feeling defeated, he returned to practice and worked on every flaw in his technique. Over the years, he began to establish himself with consistent performances. People began to see him not just as a talented player, but as the future of Indian cricket. With each match, he added to his legacy, chasing difficult targets, saving games, and smashing records. His fitness became a model for others. He turned into a disciplined athlete, changing his diet, routine, and mindset. He avoided late night parties, adopted a strict workout plan, and chose water over soft drinks. Slowly, he transformed from a young star to a dependable pillar of the team. He earned respect not just for his skills, but for his attitude, dedication, and courage. Fans started chanting his name in stadiums across the world. Journalists began calling him the Run Machine and the Chase Master. He silenced critics not with words, but with centuries, every single time they doubted him. Off the field, he began taking responsibility too, guiding younger players and building team spirit. As his popularity grew, so did the expectations, but he embraced it with open arms. He knew that being a hero was not just about winning matches, but about inspiring people. He began speaking in interviews about hard work, failure, and believing in oneself. Brands approached him, fans followed him, and his life became an example of rising from nothing. Still, in the middle of all the noise, he never forgot why he started. Every time he walked out to bat, he looked at the sky for a moment, as if remembering his father. Over the years, he played in World Cups, Test series, and countless high-pressure matches. Some days were good, some days were terrible, but he always gave his 100%. He cried on the field, smiled during losses, and stood up for his teammates. While other kids spent their afternoons playing video games or watching cartoons, he was busy perfecting his forward defense and straight drive. He faced injuries, criticism, and even slumps in form, but he always came back stronger. With time, he became the captain of the Indian team, a leader loved by some, doubted by others. Under his captaincy, the team reached new heights, winning series abroad and setting new records. He never tried to copy anyone's style. Instead, he created his own legacy. People compared him to legends, but he always said, "I just want to be the best version of myself." He married a successful actress, and their love story became a favorite among fans. Even with fame and luxury, he remained grounded, often seen helping young players and supporting social causes. His tattoos told stories, his eyes reflected fire, and his heart beat only for cricket. In press conferences, he spoke from the heart, even if it meant facing backlash. He wasn't afraid to express emotion, to show anger, or to admit when he failed. That honesty made him more than just a cricketer. It made him a role model. Kids across the country started playing cricket because of him. Parents began saying, "Be like him," not just in cricket, but in focus and discipline. He inspired millions to dream big, work hard, and never give up. Even when trolls tried to bring him down, he responded with silence and a raised bat. His Instagram was filled with training videos, motivational posts, and glimpses into his life. Unlike many stars, he didn't fake perfection. He embraced his scars and struggles. In every stadium he played, fans wore his jersey and shouted his name with pride. When he crossed milestones, he didn't dance or celebrate loudly. He folded his hands and looked up. He carried not just a bat, but the hopes of millions every time he walked out. As years passed, new players arrived, but his passion never faded. He took breaks, battled mental fatigue, but always returned with a stronger game. By now, he wasn't just a cricketer, he was a brand, a leader, and an icon. Youngsters looked up to him, not just for cricket, but for how he handled pressure, fame, and failure. One day, when he finally decided to step down from captaincy, he said, "I led with my heart." His fans didn't cry because he lost a title. They cried because they felt his honesty. He wasn't perfect, but he was real, and that made him unforgettable. His journey taught everyone that greatness isn't given, it's earned through pain, passion, and perseverance. And even if one day he walks away from the pitch forever, his story will still echo in the hearts of those who dream. Because the boy who once cried in a small Delhi room after losing his father became the man who made the entire nation stand and cheer. Not every hero wears a cape. Some wear cricket gloves, carry a bat, and wear the name of their country on their chest. He is not just a player, he is a reminder that anything is possible if you dare to chase it every single day. And his name will remain not just in record books, but in the lives of every person who ever believed in a dream. Even today, when you look at him, you don't just see a cricketer, you see the boy who beat the odds. His story is not just about cricket, but about belief, about rising each time life pushed him down. He often says that it's not about talent alone, it's about hunger, about heart, and about how badly you want it. In moments of defeat, he teaches us how to keep our head high and keep walking forward. In moments of success, he reminds us to stay humble and remember the journey behind the glory. As the years passed, he played with and against the greatest legends of the game and became one himself. Fans across the world, from small Indian towns to big cities abroad, followed every run he scored and every word he spoke. On social media, his quotes about failure and focus became mantras for young people chasing their own dreams. He shared his struggles openly about injuries, anxiety, and pressure, breaking the silence around mental health in sports. People who never even held a bat found courage in his story because his journey was about life, not just cricket. Coaches began using his discipline as an example, telling young players, "Train like him if you want to be great." Fitness centers played his workout videos, and schools showed his speeches during motivation sessions. His discipline extended beyond the field into his food, sleep, mindset, and relationships. His morning started with a goal, and his night ended only after he had pushed his limits. He didn't wait for motivation, he created it through action. In a time where distractions are everywhere, he chose focus. He taught millions that passion means sacrifice, not comfort. Even during tough times, when the media criticized him, he never responded with hate. he responded with performance. In test matches, he stood for hours, defending and attacking with equal strength. In T20s, he chased down impossible scores like a warrior on a mission. His expressions on the field, fist pumps, screams, silent stares, showed how much it all meant to him. He didn't play for records. He played for moments that would stay in fans' hearts forever. In every celebration, you could feel his journey, the pain, the sweat, the nights spent dreaming. When people said he was finished, he responded with centuries, proving them wrong again and again. His comebacks were stronger than his downfalls, and that's what made him legendary. He became a symbol, not just of cricket, but of India's hunger to win, to grow, to never give up. In press conferences, he never blamed teammates or gave excuses. He owned every outcome. Young players said just sharing a dressing room with him taught them more than years of practice. He knew every match was a chance to inspire someone watching from a small town, just like he once did. His tattoos weren't fashion, they were stories, reminders of his values, faith, and journey. Fans watched him not just for his shots, but for the intensity he brought with every single ball. He made fitness cool in cricket, a game once dominated by raw talent alone. Today, Indian cricket is fitter, faster, and more fearless because of the culture he helped build. He brought aggression, but also respect for the game. He sledged when needed, but also hugged his opponents when the match ended. He understood that cricket is not war, it's a dance between discipline and courage. His energy lifted stadiums, and his silence in pressure moments taught calmness. As a captain, he didn't just give orders, he led from the front. He stood up for his bowlers, motivated his fielders, and never asked anyone to do what he wouldn't do first. In the toughest tours, he walked out like a soldier, taking bullets for the team. Off the field, he used his voice to speak for animals, children, and education. His life became a full circle, from a dreaming boy in Delhi to an inspiration for the world. He didn't inherit a legacy, he built one. Every setback was a stepping stone. Every pain was a push forward. There were times he doubted himself, but he never stopped moving. When others enjoyed the spotlight, he was back in the nets, hitting ball after ball. When others slowed down, he only got sharper. His journey teaches us that success isn't a destination, it's a lifestyle. He treated every practice like a match, and every match like a final. People saw his success, but not the sacrifices. Missed birthdays, injuries, sleepless nights. He gave everything to the game, knowing it owed him nothing. Even now, every time he walks to the crease, the crowd rises, not just for a player, but for a story. That story belongs to every person who believed they weren't good enough, but still tried. That story belongs to fathers who sacrificed for their children's dreams. That story belongs to kids who play on dusty grounds with dreams of World Cups. His journey says, yes, it's hard, but not impossible. His life says, start small, dream big, work hard, and stay honest. He never said he was the best, but he made sure he gave his best. He turned doubters into believers and believers into achievers. When he leaves the game, he won't leave empty. He'll leave a legacy that millions will carry forward. In his eyes, you still see that same boy from Delhi, the one who wanted nothing but to play. He didn't chase fame, he chased growth. He didn't want to be liked, he wanted to be remembered. His passion never needed filters. It was raw, real, and relentless. He didn't win every game, but he fought every ball. He didn't fear defeat, he feared regret. His story reminds us that every legend was once a beginner, and that dreams only die when you stop believing in them. He proved that no language, no background, no struggle is big enough to stop someone who truly believes. He is a hero, not because he's perfect, but because he kept going, despite not being perfect. He made cricket emotional, spiritual, and magical. He taught us how to rise after falling again and again. And he showed us how one person's fire can light up a million hearts. He may have started in a small neighborhood, but today his impact is global. He may have been called arrogant, but time proved he was just hungry. He may not play forever, but his influence will. Because what he built isn't just a career, it's a movement that says, be fearless, be focused, be you. And whenever you feel lost in life, just remember his journey. Because somewhere out there, a small kid with big dreams is still picking up a bat because of him. Thank you for watching